But don't go on that. A very good morning to you. Welcome to Mendoza in Argentina for the final day of action of the Women's Champions Trophy 2014. We kick off with the match for 7th and 8th as Japan take on Germany. Well, it's another beautiful day here in Mendoza, and what a day it promises to be. 4 matches for you, culminating in what promises to be a magical final as Argentina and Australia go head-to-head for the trophy. But before then, we have the minor places to be decided. Japan, who were 5th last time around, well, they can finish no higher than 7th now, will take on Germany, who'll be very, very disappointed with the way that their Champions Trophy campaign has finished. Still plenty of pride to play for. Can they dig deep both sides and come up with one last performance? As always, the national anthems of both teams, Japan's first and then Germany's. So the first match on the last day sees the world number 10, Japan, take on the world number 7, Germany. And Germany, well, they're going to have to do without at least one player. Lisa Schütze, the number 19, has blown left knee. But let's have a look at the two teams, starting with that of Japan. Just the 4 goals to talk about for Japan. They've been shared around between number 7, Otsuka, number 9, Nakashima, number 10, Keita, and number 11, Shibata. 3 yellows and 3 greens so far in the competition for the Cherry Blossoms, and there is their coach, Yuji Nagai, whose daughters Hazuki and Yuri play in the team, number 16 and 17. As for Germany, well, they have a change between the posts. Christina Reynolds comes in for her 3rd game of the tournament. Evie Frank drops to the bench. Yamila Mulders was always going to split the games between the 2 keepers, and both have played exceptionally well. A surprise for Germany, just 2 goals in this competition so far. That is definitely not good enough. Yamila Mulders, the head coach, shuffled his pack yesterday, tried to play Julia Muller up front. She had one golden opportunity to win it against China right at the death, but shot straight at the keeper. And our 2 umpires for this one, Mercedes Sanchez of Argentina, she's on the far side, and on the near side in the cap, it's Fanneke Alkemeda of the Netherlands. In the commentary box, in the video umpire box for this one, it's Kylie Seymour of Australia. And Julia Muller is starting up front again for Germany. They are going to continue with that tactic, and we'll see how it pans out for them. Both these sides finished 3rd in their respective tables. They're shooting it out for the wooden spoon. Japan get us underway, attacking the goal to our right-hand side in their white tops. red skirts and socks, Germany in the all black. And joining me, Charlie Broom, in the commentary box for this one is the former England and Great Britain player Mel Clulo. Mel, both teams, certainly Germany, will be very disappointed, but they've got to dig deep and find one more push, haven't they?
Yeah, they have, and I think when you look at the age of the German side, they have come here with quite a young side, so I think this is a great experience for that team. I think they'll learn a lot from it. There's a number of players that went to the Junior World Cup last year. For me, it's interesting, Julia Muller playing up front. If you're a forward in your national team and then suddenly a defender goes up there to play, is that a bit of a kick in the teeth? She is a liability, there's no doubt about it when she does play at the back, but she's also their best distributor, and sometimes I think, certainly in yesterday's game against China, they lacked that coming out of the back, so it'll be interesting how they cope with it today. When you say liability, what do you mean? Just because she tries to play the match-winning pass. She looks long, she plays the high risk of turnover ball, but when it comes off, it's really effective, and it is a real threat for Germany.
Well, Germany opened their campaign with a 1-0 loss against Argentina. They then drew 1-1 with England, followed that up with a 3-1 loss to Australia. In the quarter-final, they lost to the Dutch 1-0, and as I mentioned yesterday, couldn't find a way past China. They drew it 0-0, but lost 5-4 in the shootout. There is Christina Reynolds in the Germany goal. Japan's campaign here opened with a 1-0 defeat, 2-1 defeat to New Zealand, Then they drew with China 1-1, lost to the Netherlands 1-0 in the quarter-final. They came up against Australia, went down 4-1 and got beaten 3-1 yesterday by England. Shibata picks up Kato. Otter just runs the ball out. Shibata, not 5 from Schroeder, and that's a basic error from Anne Schroeder. She has quite a lot to say, doesn't she?
She does,
about
yeah.
her teammates' performance. I wonder if she's as critical on her own. I'm
sure. I think that's one thing that I've noticed most about the Germany side here is their temperament on the field, and she hasn't argued the case. She definitely wasn't the 5 metres, and we saw a couple of times yesterday that corners weren't given. And Fanica Almeida straight away, penalty corner. I noticed Julia Muller as she walked off, just had a little word with her as well. Something happened in the middle of the field beforehand, and I think she felt perhaps Germany shouldn't have been penalised.
Let's see if Japan can convert this first opportunity. Here goes, well, there's a little slip at the top, it's up and off, it's a goal now. Is that a deflection in off a Japan player coming in at the far post? It was a switch, and it's, I think, Nakashima who scored it. It is Nakashima getting the deflection.
She scored one very similar the other day, I think, against China. Well-worked penalty corner. Sakai with the dummy at the top, and you can just see what it means to China to score, and to score early on as well, and this is really going to test the German side now.
Nakashima gets her second goal of the competition, and Germany have had a nightmare of a start. Muller. There's Hauke outside her. Sakai. Still going, Sakai. Finds the goal scorer Nakashima. Very difficult to defend those penalty corners, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, that's why teams do all the practice that they do, and you've got 4 defenders and your goalkeeper, usually against 8 players on the circle edge, so you've got to hedge your bets and think where the danger lies. It's the timing of the run as well by Nakashima.
Otter. It's up off the Japan stick, but play on. Says umpire Sanchez. Muller-Wieland. Across to Lorenz, who's had a good tournament. The youngster from Germany. There's a chance and a goal at the far post, turned in by Katarina Otta. And Japan's lead lasts barely 90 seconds. Germany back on level terms with only their third goal of the tournament.
It's a good play up there by Schroeder, and just a little reverse dink into Hauke. Great positioning by Otta. Nothing really that Asana can do in goal. That's where you want your strikers, on those posts, looking for the tips and touches and deflections, and looks like we've got ourselves a game this morning.
So, Japan 1, Germany 1, and we are, what, 4 minutes into the piece. Not a breath of wind today. Every other day we've been here, the flags at either end of the stadium have been stood proud on their posts, but they are hanging limp today. And you can only assume it's going to get hotter and hotter as the day goes on. There's Katarina Otta making a well-deserved break after getting her first goal of the tournament. Nagai down the line, it's cut out by Lorenz. This is kind of Fuji with Lorenz. Good tackle from Lorenz, picked up by Steindort. Kind of Fuji leaves the stick in, but Steindort does well. The first time ball up the line by Gablash doesn't come off the first time of asking, but persistence from Germany pays off. Here's Schroeder. Good work from Schroeder. Hauke. Lorenz. Down this right flank go Germany, and sharp blow of the whistle. Gives Japan. The hitter was Altenberg, who was penalised. There she is, number 18 for Germany. This is Hasselmann. Into Müller-Wieland. Lorenz to her left. Here is Lorenz. And good hassling from Japan, and just a little bit of an infringement blocking by Otsuka. Otherwise they were in, Japan there. Kruger, Schroeder, Müller-Wieland. Here is Sakai. Nice work. Well, it was initially nice work from Shibata. And Nagai. Sakai. Nice ball up towards Nomura, but Nomura can't bring it under control. Lorenz into the middle of the park. Unfortunately for her, she was fouled because the pass was straight to Kanafuji. Hasselmann trying the long ball to find Hannah Gablash, but Gablash couldn't get across.
2 or 3 times that Germany have tried to do that now, hitting back to front.
Touch from Stockel, needed to be, but good work from Nagai. And they won the penalty corner, and they're trying to refer it. You could see Otsuka was running across, doing the T towards Fanica Alkamada, but Alkamada was watching the ball, watching play, and they may well have had a case there, Japan. Hasselmann does well. Gablash. Spread of the ball from Steindor to Otter, but Otter with the poor ball upfield cut out by Suzuki Nagai. Müller-Wieland. Sakai on this right-hand flank. Oh, just a little stumble from Otsuka. And Kanafuji wins the free hit. The challenge coming in from Oldhaffer. It's been topped by Manabe. Müller-Wieland still coming. Nice work from the skipper Nakagawa. Crowded out by Hillman and Hauka. Taken quickly, chance, good save from Christina Reynolds. Deflected goalwards by Otsuka, and Reynolds alert. Nagai. Deflected along the goal line, Reynolds has come for it. She needs to work to get back, but Steindor does well, feeds Muller, and Mavers trying to make tracks, and Muller tries the ball across the field to Hillman. Right ball, just a little bit out on the radar.
Very quick free hit taken by Nakagawa. There's Otsuka with the first time deflection, and Reynolds is alert in goal. Seen a few of these today, the one touch in and around the circle, really difficult to defend.
Reynolds got that clearance a little wrong, falling backwards. Not really under any pressure at all. Steindor helped her out. Got hold of the aerial inside the final 4 minutes of the first quarter. Japan won, Germany won. Japan taking the lead on the 3rd minute, but Germany back on level terms a minute later. This is Yuri Nagai. Nagai still going. He goes to floor. Hasselmann, good defensive work.
That's a good line taken, defensive line taken by Hasselmann there. Nagai definitely beating her for pace.
Stockel. There we go with the challenge. Oldhaffer. Otter. Müller-Wieland. Otter rifles it forward, and Hillman could be round the back. No, she's not. Otter in the back line for Japan. Unable to get a stick on it. Here it comes. Oh, that's a good trap. Good pick. That time from Manabe. And the skipper running it out of defence. Nice ball out to the left flank. Here goes Shibata. In front of her is Yuri Nagai. Shibata's lost out. Stockel. Muller trying to pick it up. Muller still going. Muller to the circle edge. Julia Muller on the Verstick. Cuts back inside. Foot of Akiko Otter. Penalty corner, Germany. First penalty corner of the match for Germany.
It's the drag from right to left initially that sets up the opportunity for the corner, leaving the feet exposed in the circle.
Julia Müller is at the top of the circle with Steindorf. And it is Müller. And it's been deflected into the far post, and Germany are in front. Now, was that the last stick off a German player, or will the goal go down as Julia Müller's? Either way, Germany are in front, and it is Julia Müller's goal.
Off the post player for Japan. Certainly hit that exceptionally hard. Hayashi on the post. You definitely will be disappointed not to have stopped that. Germany sending 2 runners in from that side, maybe slight distraction for her.
So Germany have doubled their tally for the tournament in this match, in the first 13 minutes of this match. 2 goals in 5 hours and 2 goals in 13 minutes. Japan need to try and find a reply here. They've only ever won 2 champion trophy matches. And they've only drawn 2. Both those draws against China, one of them here. The 2 wins. Let's just see this attack from Germany first. Otter draws the foot of Hazuki Nagai inside the final 60 seconds. Lorenz. Chance here for another, but that's a spin straight into Sakai. Sakai clears. It was Hauke with the spin. Here's Müller-Wieland. Oh, that's good defending from Keito, the forward. Inside the 25. Müller-Wieland off the stick. There's a chance here for Stockel. Stockel wins the penalty corner. With 10 seconds remaining in the first quarter, Germany get their second penalty corner of the match, and that's a pretty horrible tackle from Nakashima.
It was brilliant skills though by Stockel in and around the circle, getting the ball up in the air, 3D skills, making it really difficult for any defender to tackle it, to take the ball cleanly without tapping the stick first. Julia Müller's having a breather, so Hannah Kruger is on the top at the moment.
Next to her is Lorenz. It's Lorenz and Kruger. It is going to be Kruger. Kruger scores to make it 3-1. Straight from the top of the circle. Germany now have a comfortable lead. Their second penalty corner of the match, their third goal of the match. And Japan 1, Germany 3 is the quarter time score. There's a replay of the penalty corner, and after 15 minutes of play, the scoreline reads Japan 1, Germany 3. Hannah Kruger's first goal of the competition, and Germany into their stride here.
Makes you wonder where this team's been all tournament, doesn't it? It's a completely different team that's turned up today.
Well, Yaman and Molders will be delighted that he can actually go into a quarter-time chat with his team in front. The pressure's off them. They've done the hard work. Reynolds has made a couple of saves that has kept her team in it or in front. Japan, though, they won't give up. They dig deep all the time, and they will give it their all for the last 3 quarters of this game.
auf, entweder auflegen, weil ihr startet nach, habt dann 2 gegen 1, oder die ziehen raus und ziehen die Ecke. So, das Entscheidende ist, ihr habt richtig hervorragend jetzt gemacht, ihr seid gestolpert.
Yamada Mulder still chatting to his team. Yuji Nagai's had his, or said his piece, Japan ready to go. It's a great start from Japan, but they've been undone by Germany in the, well, last 12 minutes. 3 goals in 12 minutes for Germany. If they win this game, will play to their world ranking of 7. Japan with a mountain to climb then in this second quarter. They led 1-0, they now trail by 3 goals to 1. Germany with 2 penalty corners and a field goal in that first quarter. And Japan, who've only ever had 4 results in Champions Trophy history, they've got a long way to go if they're to get one here. These 2 teams met at the quarter-final stage of the Champions Trophy 2 years ago in Rosario. Germany won 3-2 on that occasion. They've met 2 times previously in 2008. Germany won 2-1 in 2007. Germany won 1-0. So Japan have never achieved a result against Germany at the Champions Trophy. And it looks unlikely that they're going to get one here today. If there is to be another goal, or Japan are going to get back into it, they certainly have to score the next goal.
Yeah, they do, and they have in this tournament really got better and stronger as the halves have gone on. We saw against England yesterday, the third quarter in particular was when they scored their goals. But I think you're right, the next goal will be crucial from both teams' perspectives. If Japan score it, then Germany could become quite nervy, quite tentative, worried that it's all going to go wrong again. And if Germany score it, then it gives them the confidence boost that they probably need, having probably felt that they've underperformed in this tournament.
How difficult is it in these competitions when you just haven't had the results or the performances in the first 3 or 4 matches, or 5 matches even, to sort of pick yourself up for that last one?
I think it depends on the situation. If you've performed well but you haven't quite got the scoreline that's required or needed to win the game, then that's one thing. But if you've really been playing poorly as a team, I think it's difficult to suddenly fit it all together and play really well. I think really the only exception that I've seen at the tournament so far was probably the Dutch last night. I think they've stumbled their way into the semi-finals and then absolutely came to light last night against Argentina and lost it with 40 seconds left on the clock.
Otter feeds it into Lorenz. Kato cuts it out. 3 hits for Japan, and Schroeder's almost at it again. She almost couldn't help herself.
Kruger might be slightly lucky there as well, leaving her foot there.
There goes Steindor. Out to Schroeder. This is Lorenz. Hasselmann. Hasselmann and Lorenz happy just to play it between themselves at the back. And Kruger wins possession back on the edge of the circle is Mavers, and Muller wants a penalty corner. It's the free hit outside, and it comes from Schroeder. Save is made, and it had to be made because Mavers was behind Asano, and she's made another save, but this time it's come up off the pad and too dangerous for Mercedes Sanchez's liking.
I think Julia Muller may have got a little touch on that as well, which is why Sana had to make the save. Maver's behind and Muller with the touch. This is Otter with the shot. Muller sliding in and perceived as a dangerous clearance by Sana in goal. Germany 2 from 2 from corners at the moment. Both goal scorers are on.
So Muller and Kruger at the top of the circle. It's going to be Julia Muller. And it's through the keeper. Straight through. Sakia Asano. She'll be really disappointed with that. She's had a good tournament, but that is a poor save.
It's almost gone straight down the middle of the goal. It's gone underneath the armpit of Asano. You can see the reaction there. She's definitely disappointed having conceded that. Ball travels off the ground and goes under the armpit area as you stretch out. And goalkeeper is now being substituted.
And so Ryuka Oi comes on. Curse of voting for goalkeeper of the tournament. I thought she'd done quite well until today.
Maybe it was always planned that way.
So Ryuka Oi with her first appearance of this Champions Trophy. Coming on for her 37th cap. Chance here for Japan. Lovely work from Kanafuji, but cleared by Lorenz. Here is Muller-Wieland to Lorenz. And Lorenz has had a good tournament, hasn't she?
Yeah, she has. I think she may be the youngest player here at only 17 years of age, and it's not always easy playing in the back line at such a young age. I think she's got some good experience around her with Muller and Muller-Wieland, but she has been really impressive, and I think she has got a bright future in this German side.
Kruger, there's space on this left flank for Germany. Here's Altenberg. Muller getting in the way a little bit of Altenberg. Free hits for Germany, and they just take their time and change some players. Muller-Wieland in towards the head of the circle, but getting there to cut it out is Hayashi. There's Otsuka up against Oldhafer, wins a free hit. Sakai to Hayashi. Hayashi once again. Sakai, first touch isn't a good one, and Altenberg picks up possession, feeds it into Hauke. Hauke to Steindor. Steindor is fouled by Mizuki Nagai. Now the ball finds its way out to that right flank, in towards Gablash. A touch off the Japan defender. it's a long corner. In fact, it's a free hit 5 metres out. And Kruger takes it quickly and straight to the circle edge. And
it's a shocking tackle back. Absolutely no attempt to play the ball. Makes the tackle halfway up the stick.
Kanafuji goes down, and they've lost patience here now, the umpires. Steindor gets a green card, her 3rd green card of the tournament, and Germany perhaps a little fortunate they haven't picked up some more cards in this game so far. The tackling against China was pretty poor, wasn't it? To be fair, China's tackling was also poor in that match yesterday. Suzuki Nagai has rolled off.
I think she might be slightly unfortunate there. She does trip her up, but I think it may be a reaction to an earlier stick tackle from Kruger, and I think it's just been a culmination and a build-up over time of breaking down play by Germany.
Arca drops it out to Müller-Wieland. This is Lorenz. Back out to Müller-Wieland. Oldhaffer on this left flank for Germany. Germany are keeping the ball much, much better today. Having said that, they then give it away, but Japan can't retain possession. And a chance here now. Well, Müller-Wieland's got to be careful. Good save from Reynolds. Follow up! And Müller-Wieland is too high. From the shot from Nomura, Müller-Wieland can consider herself fortunate not only to concede the goal, but her attempted tackle back was poor, and they're going upstairs because I think they feel
Kylie, can you hear me?
this one's on target.
The question is the ball above or below the knee?
Okay, I'll have a look. I'll have a look for a foot for you.
I think it will also
I asked for
count
below or
as
above
whether
the
or
knee.
not it's on target. Because if it's on target, then the height doesn't really matter so much. It's on the knee, but is it on target? That's not on target. It's on the knee though. Oh no, maybe it's just below the knee from that angle.
Barnica, I have a decision for you.
Go ahead.
It is a penalty corner because it hit her below the knee.
Okay, thank you very much.
They keep their referral.
Okay.
There's a penalty corner. Müller-Wieland's arguing the case, but it's clear. Look at that, Germany 3 from 3. Japan 1 from 1. Very tidy indeed. Now, can Japan get themselves a lifeline here? Sakai and Hayashi at the top of the circle. And there's a change at the top of the circle. As Nomura comes around. Okay, Sakai and Hayashi. Who's going to take this one on? Sakai, deflection, goal! 5 penalty corners, 5 goals, Japan 2, Germany 4, and the injector has turned it in. I think it's going to be Otta who scores this one. It is Otta. What a good goal this one is.
Japan set Germany up really well there because they sent 3 runners in from the right-hand side, overloading one side and playing the ball to the other side, and that's an absolutely brilliant finish by Otta. well delivered by Sakai off the top. Got a game on our hands.
It's festival hockey here in Mendoza. Japan 2, Germany 4, and we are 24 minutes into the game. Onto the reverse stick side, up into the air, off the stick of Oldhaffer. Kanafuji. Into the circle. And that was a good referral from Japan.
It was. It was really close because the knee or above belongs to the defender, and if it's below the knee, it's the attacker. And
well, that's about as high as it could get.
Exactly. I think Muller-Wieland, because she's a tall person, there's more to aim for. So it was a very, very good referral by Japan, and 100% from corners for both teams so far.
Another chance here. Oh, and Japan so close to a third. The ball played across by Hazuki Nagai, and coming in on the far post was Izuki Tanaka. But Tanaka couldn't get the final touch.
It's a great ball in. That's a great slip by Nagai. Does well to avoid the post as she slides in.
This is Tanaka into the circle. It's cleared by Germany. And you fancy if Japan can get a third here, Germany will start to feel a little bit under pressure. And it goes.
Japan have brought a new goalkeeper on and she's not had to do anything so far. So the pressure's definitely all been Japan and down in the German end of the pitch.
Into the final, or coming up to the final 3 minutes of the first half. It's Japan 2, Germany 4. Kruger forward, picks out Mavers. Mavers runs along the back line. That's a good tackle by Akiko Ota. And Sakaguchi has two players to mark. Now she has some help from Sakai.
This is Mavers, one-on-one with the last goal scorer, Ota. Takes the ball cleanly, but Oi very quick off her line as well to close down those options.
Muller-Wieland, Germany getting some pressure at the end of this first half. Muller-Wieland back out to Lorenz. And Oldhaffer can't bring it under control, and here is Nomura. Japan ball down in that far corner. Germany ball. And so Sanchez wants it inside the 25. 80 seconds remaining in the first half. Japan 2, Germany 4. It's been a fascinating game. Both teams have come out and played well. We've had 5 penalty corners in the match. We've had 5 goals from those penalty corners. Just Germany with an open play goal. It came from Katarina Otta. Hauke still going. Stockel still going, and the save is made by Ryoka Oi. Didn't really get hold of it. Stockel. Muller. And that guy on the ground. Germany ball. Stockel will take inside the final 30. Hasselmann. Otta. Oh, gets a deflection, gets through to Steindor. Steindor into the circle. Oldhaffer thought about the wind-up and then didn't do anything. And that should be it. That Japan should be able to look after the clock till half-time. There is the half-time hooter, and we've had 6 goals in the opening 30 minutes, 4 to Germany though. At half-time, it's Japan 2, Germany 4. Well, a great game of hockey to kick off the final day of action of this Women's Champions Trophy in Mendoza. Japan took an early lead in the 3rd minute from a penalty corner courtesy of Nakashima, but the lead lasted barely a minute for Otter, got them Germany back on level terms. Then 2 penalty corners for Germany, the first to Julia Muller, the second to Hannah Kruger. He gave Germany a 3-1 quarter-time lead. They then made 4-1 when Julia Muller converted another penalty corner, but a lifeline for Japan. Akiko Otter getting Japan second, making the half-time score Japan 4. The half-time interval of the match for 7th and 8th at the 2014 Women's Champions Trophy in Mendoza, Argentina. And what a half we've had. Japan 2, Germany 4. We've had 5 penalty corners in the match. We've had 5 goals. It's, well, it's the game we've been expecting from Germany, but it's taken them 6 games to find their stride. And Japan, well, we know what we get from them. They are diligent and they keep going right to the end. That's the highlights. This is the first goal, and what a goal it was too, from Mi Nakashima. That was Otto getting the equaliser. And Julia Muller's celebrations got even more after this penalty corner. Half saved, almost, by the keeper. And beaten all ends up from Hannah Kruger. That made it 3-1. 3-1 became 4-1. Stocker winning the penalty corner there. And Muller beating Asano straight down the middle. Just dipping at the wrong time for the keeper, but even so, the keeper should be making that save. And that is a really well worked penalty corner, as Mel Clulo said in commentary. Japan sold Germany there because they overloaded the right hand side and then went down the left, but Japan and Germany have both had chances in open play though, Mel, haven't they? Here it is in black and white. Germany dominating possession, 53-47, penetrations 11-6, 4-3. It's from a stats point of view, it's not a bad game.
No, it's not. I think both teams will be really happy with those statistics and the opportunities that they're creating. The penetrations is probably the most important thing. But, you know, Germany, 4 shots, 4 goals, I think, well, you can't ask for any more from that, can you? And I think it has been a fairly even game. And apart from Julia Muller's goal that went straight down the middle by Asano, there's probably nothing that any of the goalkeepers could have done to actually keep the ball out. I think the penalty corners have been worked very, very well.
Don't forget social media. On Facebook, we're at facebook.com/FI Hockey. Go there and like us and keep up to date with things happening in the world of hockey. Or if Twitter's your thing, at FIH_hockey is our Twitter handle using the hashtag CT2014. Of course, there's Instagram and YouTube as well, where we're on FI Hockey. To tell you time to tell you about the 2014 Player of the Year vote. The FIH has launched an online voting system for Player of the Year, Goalkeeper of the Year, and Rising Star of the Year for both the men and women's game. And participating players in both Champions Trophy here in Mendoza and in Bhubaneswar, India, are going to vote in all 3 categories. The coaches in both tournaments will vote in each category. But most importantly, the vote is opened up for the first time to the fans of hockey from week commencing the 15th of December. So a week tomorrow, after the final of the men's Champions Trophy in Bhubaneswar, the voting will start. You can stay tuned on FIH social media, Facebook and Twitter for more information. And we've helped you out. We've created a shortlist of players to choose from. The shortlist was done by an expert panel of coaches, players, media and umpires. And just to tell you those categories again: Player of the Year, Goalkeeper of the Year and Rising Star of the Year for both the men and the women. So the players are back out onto the pitch, and we're about a minute and a half away from the restart of the second half, and I think we can hear from Yamelon Mulders, the Germany coach, as to his thoughts about that first half. He's with Sarah Thomas.
Yeah, I mean, in contrast to yesterday's performance, you seem like a different team out there today.
It's a contrast to each match we did before. It's always an up and down. So consistency is our main task, what we have to deliver during the next matches and tournaments. So today it's much better, especially after we received a goal. So I was surprised that they step up again. So now it will be interesting to see what we will deliver now.
And Japan, yeah, trying to claw their way back into the game. What was your advice in the half-time?
Yeah, we have to we have to try to circulate the ball much more often. So it's so easy to play through the wings to the baseline and then into the D. That must be the main task for the second or for the third quarter.
Brilliant, thank you.
Interesting there. Doesn't seem to have much faith in his team, does he, going into the second half? He's not sure what sort of game he's going to get, but hey, you have to applaud him for his honesty.
Exactly, rather have a coach on the sideline telling you exactly what he thinks than trying to smooth it over and make out that everything's all right.
Oh dear, God, that's tickled me, that one. But anyway, there you go. I guess it's always a surprise. You're so used to, people towing the party line and just, as you say, just smoothing over things. But when you get somebody speaking their mind and being honest, it kind of throws you a little bit. But thank you to Javelin Mulders for the insight to what he said at half-time and his thoughts. Here we go then, second half underway here in Mendoza in this 7th-8th playoff match. Japan 2, Germany 4 the half-time score. And it's been a fascinating game. Japan taking the lead. If you're just joining us, they took the lead in the 3rd minute. Their lead lasted barely a minute before Germany back on level terms. Then they went 3-1 up in the first quarter, 4-1 up in the second quarter, and then Japan clawing one back to make it 4-2. But there have been chances outside of the goals as well. We've had 5 penalty corners, we've had 5 goals from those penalty corners, and we've had pretty much everything in this one. Sakai, forward she comes, and it's a 3-on-4 situation for Japan here into the circle. Oh, it's almost a really good pick from Nagai, Yuri Nagai, but she was just overstretching and couldn't keep her balance. Schroeder picks out Gablash down in that bottom corner. Ball into the circle, which Sakai picks up. Nice work from Sakai. Good skill from the Japan number 3. Finds Kato. Kato into sideline ball.
This is Nagai's opportunity. She was travelling fairly quickly across the top of the circle and couldn't quite get that ball under control, but you knew exactly what she was trying to do. One touch to put the ball in the position and then reverse stick shot a goal.
Well, that's a ball there from the skipper. Nakagawa has picked out Nakashima. Now can Nakashima get it across? She's won the free hit. Porter making the tackle again. Another free hit to Japan. Oh dear, that's a terrible pass. Didn't even look. Altenberg was stood in front of the player. Be interested to see if she was 5. That's good work from Kato, but she just loses out. Stockel, Steindor, Schroeder, Kruger to her right. Here is Hannah Kruger. Kruger up against Shibata, tries to play in Altenberg. Altenberg can't keep possession. Shibata, Kruger, Kato does well, cutting in front of Kruger. Steindor with a mucky challenge, and she's off again here. Louisa Steindor, it's a yellow. Steindor picks up a yellow to go with her green a little earlier on in proceedings.
Oh, she's going to have to be careful for the rest of the game. It's nowhere near the ball, is it? She can hold her hands up and say she's sorry, but
she's perhaps a little unfortunate with the first one. Her green card coming as a culmination, actually, of the tackles on the far side. And Altenberg now coming into 25. Good tackle from Hayashi. Yeah, Steindor, first one, perhaps a little unfortunate, but she can have no complaints about the second. And Germany actually could have had a lot more cards in this game already. Shibata goes down under the challenge. Kruger, and there's lots of wailing out there at the moment from the German side, not enjoying the decisions. Kato wants something, doesn't get it. Gablash now. 2-on-2 here. Making tracks is Otter. Oh, Arthur was coming like a train, but Gablash just needed to be a little bit more patient with the ball.
Perhaps a little bit more sympathetic with her pass. She just rolled the ball into space to create the 3v2, and she opted to hit it.
Yamila Moulders was straight on her case and she came off. I think she probably knows that she played the wrong pass. I'm not sure she needs the coach on her back to just rub it in. Hasselman to Mavers. Hayashi, that's a nice little ball from Hayashi to Nagai. And Mavers is down on the ground. Is she okay? Yeah, she's got up. She's received a bang to the left leg. And Mavers is off. And I think that one really hurt by the looks of things. Back stick of Nagai there. Germany get a chance to just run the clock down on this yellow card. Kruger never really got hold of it. Ziki Nagai tries to find her sister.
Japan are really pressing high in
this
quarter.
It's good work as well by Sakai. And they've won the free hit. They desperately want a goal, don't they, from this period of the yellow card for Germany. They like this quarter as well, like you said, Mel, earlier in the match. The third quarter is the one that they really come out.
They press aggressively, but they also press quickly. Really move across the ground quickly from one side to the other, cutting off the options. Not very often you see Muller knocked off the ball.
Hillman drops it out to Oldhaffer. Oldhaffer has time to go back and get the ball. Muller Wieland, she's already given the ball away once in this match in that sort of position. And it's been knocked away by Sakaguchi, possibly a little fortunate not to pick up a card. Schroeder, midpoint of this third quarter, still Japan 2, Germany 4. Germany currently with 10, but on the front foot through Schroeder. Schroeder's got Hasselman on her left, plays it back to Stockel. Stockel into the circle, Stockel with a shot, and the chance at the far post for Hasselman, but she can't get on the end, and Germany almost extend their lead when they're a player light. Danger not away for Japan just yet. Hasselman. And Steindorf back on. Kruger. Oldhaffer. Otsuka. Still going Otsuka. Steindorf's there again. And Otsuka and Steindorf a little disappointed with that decision.
She might want to calm herself down.
Could be a long yellow card, the next one.
Stockel's done this 3 or 4 times today. Really good. Great positioning by Hillman, and Hasselman on the far post couldn't quite get on the end of it. Schroeder did well in the build-up as well to lead across. She didn't look like she had a lot of options, and then Stockel appeared and she just dropped a reverse ball back to her.
Here's Nomura, long corner, folds half up. That's a nice one too. And Schroeder does well to get in to disrupt Japan's attack. Off the foot of Nomura. Muller-Wieland. Oldhaffer to her right. Muller-Wieland still going. Lovely run from the German defender. Oldhaffer cuts inside. Plays it into Hauke. Hauke loses out to Ichitani. Hillman. Hillman onto the reverse stick. Hillman trying to make it down to the baseline, but Sakai does well. Keeps her stick low. Doesn't give away the penalty call, and Japan clear. Oh dear, I can't bring it under control. Right idea. And Yamila Mulder's just asking Fanak Alkamar if she thought the sideline ball was a little high. Kanefuji. Hasselman in attendance, Kanefuji. Good tackle from Oldhaffer. There's Schroeder. Into the circle it comes. Free hit to Germany. Schroeder. Nice take from Altenberg. That's good defensive work from Sakaguchi. But the whistle's gone against Japan. Steindor. Oldhaffer. Good tackle from Hayashi. Nomura up against Lorenz, and now Mavis comes back, and Japan have the free hit with 2:30 just over remaining in the third quarter. Still no addition to the scoreline. Japan 2, Germany 4. Nice ball down that left flank as Germany try to work an opening once again. Altenberg wins the free hit. Muller-Wieland. Lorenz, first touch not a good one, keeps it in play though. Cross it came from Otter. This is Hayashi. Knows the area that Otter brings it under control. Infield it goes, looking to the head of the circle where Mavers collects but comes back outside the 25. And this is good keep ball by Germany here. Steindor. Tackled by Nagai, but back to Müller-Wieland, Lorenz. Müller-Wieland, Germany advancing ever closer to the edge of the circle. Good sliding tackle, and the chance for Japan to break here. It's a 3-on-3 situation. Lorenz across, gets a little stick on the ball, but Shibata finds Kanafuji, but Lorenz has done enough to allow her teammates to get back. Inside the final 30 seconds then. Japan on the front foot. At the end, having absorbed a lot of Germany pressure in the last 5 minutes or so. Müller-Wieland trying to run the clock down as much as possible. And Germany have looked after the clock well. There is the three-quarter time hooter, and there's no addition to the half-time score. Japan still chasing the game with 15 left. It's Japan 2, Germany 4. So Mel, a more tactical third quarter, a lot tighter, that one.
It was, yeah. Don't know whether Germany were expecting Japan to come out like they have done in the third quarter or not. They seemed slightly disappointing. They obviously had the 5-minute yellow from Steindor, which didn't help proceedings. I think Stockholz looked lively for them up front with her 3D skills, getting the ball into the circle. But from Japan perspective, I think they came out and did what we thought they would do. They put on the high press and they won a lot more ball higher up the pitch. And with a quarter to go, I can only imagine that they're going to do exactly the same thing in this quarter. They need to score 2 goals to take it to a shootout.
Well, I guess they have to. If you're going to lose 5-2, 6-2, you might as well. If you're going to lose 4-2, you may as well chase the game and try and get those 2 goals back. Who knows what will happen? We'll see soon enough after Nagai's had his say.
Und dann hängt sie sich hinten dran, wenn der Ball gespielt wird. Anspiel, Antritt nach außen, Antritt nach innen, der oder der.
Mulder's looking a little bit more animated in this quarter time, three-quarter time chat.
Dann geht nach vorne mit dem Ding.
Und so geil verteidigt weiter, los!
Kata, Janne, hinten drin, Hanna.
15 Minuten nochmal auf!
So, 15 minutes remaining of this Champions Trophy campaign for both Japan and Germany. And Germany end up with a win, or will Japan claim only their 5th ever result in a Champions Trophy match by scoring 2 unanswered goals in this 4th and final quarter? Germany then get us underway in the final quarter, leading by 4 goals to 2. And are worthy of their lead. All the goals coming in the first half. 5 penalty corners in the match. 5 goals scored. And Stockholz brings it forward for Germany. Tries to feed it through all the way to Gablash, and there were 3 defenders in her way, and not surprisingly it didn't make it through. Yuri Nagai with the sideline ball. What's up? Into Müller. Müller up to Stockholz. Otter has possession, but Germany have the free hit. Here's Schroeder. You can't bring it under control. Shibata to Nakagawa. Tanaka has the sideline ball on that far side for Japan, the Japan right. Sakai on the halfway line, rolls it back into her half where Hayashi feeds it to the left-hand flank for Otta. Back into the middle it goes. Hayashi to Sakai. Sakai sees Müller charge down her pass, and Müller leads the charge down the left flank for Germany. Müller up against Sakai. Sakai gets her revenge and tackles back, and then goes past Steindorf. But Müller's come back to steal possession back again, and then her pass in field to Stockel is intercepted in Japan. Well, I said they're going to have possession, but it's Schroeder into the head of the circle. Schroeder still going, and they've on the free hit on the edge of the circle. Have Germany. Stockel brings the ball inside the 25 where Müller-Wieland plays it right across the park. Hasselmann on the left for Germany, and it comes. Good defensive work by Tanaka. And off the foot of Gablash for a free hit. Schroeder and Shibata. Shibata's hand just left the stick. That's what it's been given for. I'm not sure why Germany have got to take it again. Oh, it's going to come all the way back over the halfway line. The challenge was in the other Japan's half. I'm not quite sure whether that had to go back into Germany's half. Well, now that's a bad touch because Gablash is in round the back, playing it in towards Müller. Müller goalwards, Müller scores. Julia Müller makes it Japan 2, Germany 5, and the Germany captain has herself a hat-trick.
Yeah, it's a mistrap by Sakai out there, and Gablash does really well to turn her body in field and lay the ball to Müller, but she still had a little bit of work to do, but it's almost like an indoor goal. Get the ball in the hook of the stick and then just spin and flick it goalwards into that bottom corner. And today I think it's safe to say that the gamble with Julia Müller playing up front may have worked, even though 2 of her goals have come from corners.
Hasselmann. Malaria ball thrown into congestion. That's on the way of Germany. And Mavers, and it's a 2-on-1 situation up front for Germany, but Mavers rolls it back to Müller-Wieland. Yeah, good work from Kato. The first time we've seen her do that in this competition. Here is Schroeder. Müller-Wieland. Lorenz on the right, Hasselmann on the left. This is Hasselmann. Hasselmann back to Müller-Wieland, first time up the line from Lorenz, and Otta challenged by Steindorf. Just under 10 minutes or 9.5 minutes of this fourth quarter remaining. Germany have a 3-goal lead. Schroeder, that's Müller-Wieland. Tap goal was by Altenberg. No one attacking the goal. Over on the far side, Japan have the sideline ball. Can they find a consolation in this one. Sakai just taking up her position in the middle of that Japan defence. Steindor, Stockel, Hasselmann, Otter, Müller-Wieland to the right. Here is Müller-Wieland. Lorenz down the right flank, and it comes. Sakai getting the better of Mavers on that occasion, but Mavers acknowledges the ball in from Müller-Wieland. Germany still going. Penalty corner.
Stockel again along that baseline. Really difficult to tackle all day and works the space very well. Flicks the ball back onto the foot. There's no Kruger and there's no Müller.
So Lorenz and Steindor at the top of the circle. Steindor to the right of Lorenz. It's Lorenz on the slap on the shift. Good defensive work. It's there in the circle. Japan can't get it clear, and Lorenz fires it across, and Oi makes the save with her left hand. Scrambling defence from Japan. And Japan free hit. It's just been taken quickly. And they've just smacked it off the back of the park, or off the side of the park. Hazuki Nagai, but it's just invited Germany back onto them.
I think Germany were looking for a deflection with Stockel. He slipped it left. Initially to Lorenz, who ends up taking that shot. Just couldn't quite make the connections on the penalty spot.
And our 100% record of penalty corners goes in the final quarter, in this match at least. Lorenz first touch a little heavy, but Kanafuji can't take advantage. Crash ball in, deflection, not a million miles wide from Marie Mavers. And I think Ryoka Oi was well beaten here.
It's a great ball in, and it's slightest of deflections by Mavers, and I think had that been on target, it would have been a goal. I think the reaction from Oi in goal was after the ball had gone past her.
Oh dear. Suka can't bring it under control. And when you've been under the cosh for such long periods of time, you need your forwards to make those touches count. Lorenz, pretty close to Kanafuji's stick. Oldhaffer. Müller-Wieland. Lorenz. The complete mistrap. Good tackle back by Otter. Penalty corner. And Germany going to refer this.
Can you please? Hello, Mercedes. Yeah, the German said they were 5. So Germany is saying that they were 5 meters. Yeah. Okay, I'll have a look for you.
Let's have another look then. Well, no.
No.
Not even close. Otter is about 2.5, 3 meters away.
She takes 2.5 steps before she's tackled. We'll give her the 1 forwards.
And Otter hasn't moved, so I wouldn't say that's 5.
Mercedes, I have a decision for you. Okay. There is no clear reason to change your decision. Penalty corner, and they lose their referral. Okay, thank you.
The right decision. I'm not sure why Germany is so disappointed.
The reaction as well wasn't... Well, I didn't think it was necessary, but she obviously thought she was 5.
So chance here for consolation for Japan. The guy. That is a magnificent save, and Reynolds' helmet has come off. And the goal has gone in. Well, hold on a second. Well, it has to be an umpire referral, yeah. Is there any reason why I can't award the goal, I guess, is the question coming up.
Yes, yes, I can hear you. Okay. I want to know if I can change my decision or no. Goal or no goal? Okay, so I'm just checking there was an infringement before the goal. I'll have a look for you. Let's check, okay?
So the helmet's come off the keeper.
So Germany run a low box, and Nagai comes in.
Is that the back stick of Otsuka?
That's what I think they need to look at. I mean, Reynolds hasn't moved. Her helmet's come off.
Can't see that.
Quick.
Wow. Not sure what the rule is on the helmet, I have to say.
I don't know if there's an angle that shows the back of the stick either.
Wait, what? If it
From
is the back of the stick?
Yeah.
It's definitely outside the circle, so that's not an issue. They're not going to see it here because it's already happened. Keeper's helmet's off. Nothing wrong there. Nothing wrong there. Shoveled goalwards by Shiho Otsuka. She celebrates, and we wait to see what the decision from the video umpire is. Oh, we might see it here. We haven't seen this angle before. Hard to see, really hard to see.
Mercedes, can you hear me?
Here we go.
Yes. I see no clear reason to change the decision. The goal stands. Okay, thank you, Kylie.
Goal given. And Japan trail by 3 goals to 5 now. The goal coming in the 54th minute, courtesy of Shiho Otsuka, who gets her second goal of the tournament. And we've had 8 goals in this one. There's only been, I think, 4 games with more goals in. 9 is the most that's been scored in a Champions Trophy match.
Argentina did it the other night, didn't they?
They did indeed.
Against China.
And Japan looking for another goal. It is 4 goals, 4 matches with 9 goals. There are only 5 matches with 8 goals before this tournament. We've had the 6th one, Argentina against China. Oh, that's not far away. As Nakagawa comes in. And we've got another one with 8 goals. (2011) saw a couple of matches with 8 goals. Here's a chance for a 9th. Into the circle they come, up off the Germany stick, was it?
Got to be worth a referral. Yeah, there you go.
That'll be worth it. I thought it was up off the Germany stick.
It's just whether it's dangerous or not. But I think with 3.5 minutes left, trailing by 2,
Kylie?
why not?
Yes, Mercedes. The Japan team said it was dangerous ball. Okay, so the Japan player is looking for a dangerous ball. I'll have a look for you.
There is a team referral from Japan. They are looking for a dangerous ball.
Tough one. I think it possibly is. You're always taught in these situations to try and make the ball dangerous. It's exactly what Kato tried to do.
Comes up.
It's off Otter's stick.
And that's there. Muller-Wieland has a little swing as Kato comes in. You could see this one given. Then again, you can see it not being given. It's a difficult one, isn't it?
Kylie Seymour's had a couple of crackers today, hasn't she?
Was she on the game last night, the Netherlands-Argentina semi-final?
That was Kelly Hudson. I think these ones have been tougher, actually. Less pressure, maybe.
There is no clear reason to change your decision. So stick with your original decision. Okay, so Japan lose the referral. And they lose their referral. Okay.
Muller-Wieland gives it a clenched fist. She gets the decision. Oh dear. Well, Japan lose their referral. Germany have lost their referral inside the last 3.5 minutes. And we've had some long referrals in this game. Japan looking for a 4th goal here. Steindorf trying to find Altenberg. Schroeder loses out unfairly. Shibata with that tackle. Steindorf. Muller-Wieland. Otter. Raking ball from Hauka. Crack down the line, and here is Nagai, Yuri Nagai up against Otter. She's got support in the middle if she can find it. Yuri Nagai can't find the ball across. And the opportunity might have gone for the moment. And it has gone. Steindorf, now it's Germany's turn to have a go. Coming across, and Steindorf does well to pull out of that tackle. Here's Sakaguchi. Germany foot. Nagai brought down on the 5-meter dotted line by Lorenz. Shibata And the reverse stick doesn't get hold of it. And then Kato wins the long corner. And it comes. And Kato and Nakashima both going for the ball, but it's behind for a 16.
Great commitment, isn't it?
Yeah.
Still not giving up on the scoreline with just over a minute left to play at that time.
Your thoughts, Mel, then on this 7th-8th match?
I think the first half was really good, really entertaining with 6 goals. Third quarter it lost its way a little bit, I think, and was possibly the match that we expected at the start. And then I think, to be fair, this fourth quarter it's picked itself up again. Both teams have had really good opportunities to add to their scores, but I think probably on the balance of play, Germany deserved to finish in 7th position.
Inside the final 10 seconds then, and Germany looking to go out on a high. Hasselmann, dangerous, and that will be that. So the 7th-8th playoff match has finished, and it's Germany that finished above Japan. The final score, Japan 3, Germany 5. And an entertaining game comes to an end, and Germany will be delighted to have finished their campaign with a win. No win for Japan here in Mendoza, and you can see what it means to the Japan players. They're very upset not to have got something from this match. They started so brightly, but as soon as they went 3-1 down, they were always going to be in difficulty, and Germany always had enough in the bank to get over the line. The final scoreline then in this 7th-8th match, Japan 3, Germany 5. So Mel, let's have a look at the highlights then. This is the goals, I think. Well, at least 8 goals and maybe a bit more.
Yeah. Great little tip by Nakashima to put Japan 1 up, and then it was Hauke with a shot at goal and Schroeder Otter getting the deflection. Julia Müller with her first attempt from a penalty corner, direct hit comes off Hayashi on the post, but the speed of it was too quick. Kruger with a bullet into the bottom right-hand corner. We've seen a lot of goals scored there by female players in this tournament. And then disappointing by Sano, but goes to show you put the ball on target, you're going to score. And this was a well-worked corner, definitely by Otter. Puts it in, she injects the ball. Muller's hat-trick, very indoor style, get the ball into the hook of the goal. And then the one that took a little while for the video umpire, Kylie Seymour, to decide. In the end, it's Otsuka who puts the ball into an empty net while Reynolds is trying to pick her helmet up off the floor. Entertaining 7th-8th playoff game.
Okay, well, let's hear now from the Germany captain, the hat-trick hero, as we see the two teams bow. Julia Müller is with Sarah Thomas now.
Julia, finally 3 points for you guys and a much better intensity to your game today.
Yeah, I think I'm really happy with the 3 points, and the team fought until the end, and happy with 3 goals, I have to say, because I'm a striker right now. But I think it's a big credit for all of the girls after a tough week of 2 points and 2 goals. That's really poor, I have to say, and I think we have a lot of things to work on, but I'm happy with the result from today.
And I was going to say, on a personal note, you started the tournament as a defender, and today you're scoring 3 goals as an attacker. How does that feel?
Yeah, pretty weird, I have to say, but I'm happy how it worked out. And yesterday I had my first game ever international as a striker, but yeah, it helped the team, so I'm open for that.
Brilliant, thanks and good luck for the future. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you to Julia Müller for her thoughts on that game, and congratulations to her on her hat-trick. But topsy-turvy tournament for Germany, as she mentioned, 2 goals in the first 5 games, then 5 goals in their final game. Disappointment for Japan, who will leave Mendoza empty-handed in terms of wins. They did get their 4th ever result in the Champions Trophy match with their 1-1 draw against China in the pool match. But Yuji Nagai, new to the job, and his team haven't really done that badly at all. It's a building process for them, 4th in the Asian Games and 8th here in the Champions Trophy. Jan Mulders and his young side will continue to build. European Championships coming up in England in August next year, and Germany will be there trying to retain their crown that they won in Belgium 18 months or so ago. Jan Mulders and his team end on a high. 5 goals for them in their final match here in Mendoza. Japan finish 8th, Germany finish 7th. The final score in this 7th-8th match: Japan 3, Germany 5. Bye-bye.